Hey guys, this is an Emerson 1895 series ceiling fan, and this is another one of my vacation finds. This was found at a different restore from the Evergo that I uploaded last. So yeah, this is a newer 1895 series. I used to have one of these, but it was an older model, and I'll get into the differences between the old and the new in a minute, but this particular fan is from, I think, the mid to late 80s. It's polished brass with stencil blades and a schoolhouse light kit, and when I got it, the blades were flipped over so the stencil side was facing up, but I flipped them back over so the stencil side is facing down. It is 3 speeds, and it is reversible. So a few differences between the new model and the old model. This newer model has 3 speeds, like I said. The old ones had 4 speeds, which you can see in my video of the white one I used to have. This one's got a generic canopy, you can see. The old ones had the tuna can canopy. I don't have a tuna can canopy handy that I can show you what that looked like, but you can see that in my videos. Yeah, the old models also had different blade arms. You notice the blade arms on this one, the C part that attaches to the blade is smaller and it's more rounded, kinda, and the part that attaches to the motor is also rounded. The earlier ones had blade arms that the C part was bigger and it was shaped kind of more like the Lasco models. Do I have a Lasco blade out? No, they're buried under all the other blades. Okay, but they were bigger. They were more like less rounded, I guess. And then the part that attached to the motor was stepped. It wasn't rounded, and it also had a interlocking tongue and groove system. These do not, which I actually like better because the tongue and groove system was really annoying when you had the last blade. It was really annoying to get the last blade on. But yeah. You'll also notice this one has a reverse switch on the side of the nose. You can see it right there above the light kit. It's oriented straight. The old models were reversible, but they had the reverse switch on top of the motor. So, yeah. Anything else? These have KB55 stack motors. They always did, except for some very late models that had spinner motors, and the Sears model, well, the late Sears models. The earlier Sears models of the turn of the century were actually modeled after the 1895 series. They were just rebranded, and they were always 4-speed, but they had the later blade arms, which is interesting. So yeah, it does have its original Emerson pull chain. It has an Arkless pull chain that is 3-speed. I mean, it's a 4-speed adaptable pull chain. It has like a spot for a 4th-speed wire, but it's not. It's 3-speed. It is all one length like the earlier models, and it has, instead of the wooden ball at the end, it has the Emerson pendant. So it's the original Emerson pendant, all one length. And then the light pull chain is not original. I added that on. So I'm going to go ahead and show the light kit on now. So I actually reused the globe that you saw on the Evergo that I uploaded before, because this one didn't come with a globe. But yeah, there's a CFL in there. So turn that off. And now I'm going to turn it on high speed. Reorient the camera so you're in the middle. So that's it on high speed. Now this fan does make a bit more motor hum than my old one did, which is weird because this is a stack motor and stack motors typically don't make that. But yeah. However, the air movement is, as expected, very good, this being a stack motor fan. And these fans always moved a lot of air. I really like these. So there was a little wobble when I got it. I did balance it a bit. There's still a slight bit of wobble, but it's not terrible. It's barely noticeable. So that's what it does on high. It goes pretty fast. KB55s do tend to go very fast. So, yeah, I'll turn it to medium now. It does wobble a little worse on medium for some reason. I don't know why that is. But yeah, has a good medium speed, a little fast, but still pretty good, still blowing a lot of air. And that noise you're hearing is the washing machine. The fan itself is pretty quiet aside from that motor hum. There's no bearing noise at all. Okay, I'm going to turn it down to low now. And a characteristic that the 1895s had is that they had very good slow low speeds. These were used in a lot of restaurants back in the day because they have great restaurant lows. And on low it is almost silent. You can still hear a little bit of motor hum, but it's really not very noticeable. I can't even hear it over the washing machine splashing over there. So this is a very good low. And the 4-speed models, the earlier models, had even better lows because they had the aesthetic low. I think this is about, that's a little bit faster than those old aesthetic low speeds on the old models. Not as fast as the functional low that they had. I don't remember, it's been a while since I've had mine. Okay, so turn it off now, and I'll flip it to reverse. Do low in reverse. It goes about the same speed, I think, in reverse. This looks to be about the same. Maybe a little faster, I don't know. I can feel air definitely from it. And one thing that's interesting about these is the blades really aren't that steeply pitched, but they're really wide. So, well, not really wide, but they're wide, wider than like most builders of the day, of their time at least. So it does blow a lot of air. Okay, it's the medium in reverse. And for some reason, like the Evergo that I uploaded before, it wobbles more in reverse than it does in forward, and I don't know why. I actually think that the box in the ceiling may need to be tightened, because I did look up there yesterday and like the box was wobbling with the fan, so I might want to get that taken care of before the box falls out of the ceiling. I'm sure that if I installed this somewhere in the house, it would probably not wobble as bad. So medium goes, I think, a bit faster as well in reverse, so let's turn it up to high. And it flies in reverse on high. A little bit of wobble. Not as bad as it was on medium. Okay. I'll show you the fan now. So here's the motor. This finish is in like almost mint condition. It's beautiful. So shiny. I love polished brass. And there's those blade arms. Like I said, the earlier models, the blade arms went like that, like out to the edges and like that, and they had like steps. And the nose, I think, is similar. I think the nose was a little bit more conical on the earlier models. And the reverse switch, of course, was up here on those. So there's a light kit. The light kit is in mint condition as well. The pull chain did stick a little last night, but I shot some WD-40 in there. Hopefully that solved that problem. And here's the blades with a stencil. A little bit of paint splattering because these were facing up, but the stencil is very nice. I could probably clean that up. These always look so good with stencil blades, in my opinion, especially the polished brass models, because it matches. So, let's see if I can't show you above the motor. Oh yeah, here's the Emerson pendant right here. Emerson since 1895. I love that Emerson logo. And there's the Arkless pull chain. And you can see in there the KB55, you can kind of see the windings. This has a metal flywheel like these all had. With the bearing at the bottom of the flywheel. Although the flywheel is smaller than the newer model, or than the older models. And it doesn't have that groove in it for the blade arms. So here's the label. Catalog number CF4352PB04. Emerson Electric. I don't see a date on here, but this is definitely from the mid to late 80s. And it's funny, I don't see a spot for the reverse switch either on here. It would have been in one of these areas between the screws if this was a model. And there you can see the generic ball socket cam with the screws there. This didn't come with screws. I had to steal those from my screw bin and knock out for the swag kit. Another thing that I just noticed, the vent screen on this is actually fabric. The earlier models had foam vent screen. But yeah.